What's going on, horror fans around the world? Welcome to another episode of Slash and Cast. Making a big return here. We've been gone, absent, leave. Working on Horrorthon for October. Horrorthon brought to you by Nightmare Effects. Yeah, we 31 reviews, so obviously we've been a little busy. So make sure you go check that out. There's a whole playlist on our channel. You just watch every single one on a giant loop. It's like 5 hours of reviews. Too much.
True.
Our first topic of the day is an interesting one because we talked about it a while back, and that was Ouija 2, Origin of Evil. Ouija 1, well-known garbage, okay? Ouija 1 was a total bust and sucked.
But it made money?
It made money. That's because it's first of all, horror films are made for cheap usually, and this generation blows, okay? Because a lot of people liked it because it's a jump scare mess. Like, I was just with somebody recently that said they hated The Conjuring because they didn't think that there was enough jump scares, but they really liked Ouija because a lot of stuff jumped out at them. And
that person is dead now?
Probably. Because, I just get blacked out after this kind of horror made me nervous because I know Ouija was bad. Ouija 2 is getting a little bit of love. Sitting at 82%, right?
Uh-huh.
Certified fresh?
Certified fresh. I don't know how. Every trailer I've seen just looks like more garbage.
They're okay.
They're better than Ouija 1.
Right.
But they're still not good.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand. I don't want to pay to see this movie.
The last two horror movies we got that have been successful are two trailers we thought sucked.
True.
What the hell's going on? What is going on here? So now trailers suck. Movies are good if trailers are good, like Suicide Squad movies suck.
True.
Got it. We just got to go off the complete opposite of whatever we see from the trailer. A lot of people are playing it. It's very similar to The Exorcist, and it can even be considered a sequel to The Exorcist.
I've heard that it is in the same universe. There's a big, huge thing. Film theory goes into a huge thing. But basically, like, the rules established in the first Ouija movie could have been, the same rules in The Exorcist, and that's why she got possessed in the first place.
It's basically just a way to promote it. It's basically just a way to get Ouija 2 some more love.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's doing well. It comes out. It's been out for a couple weeks, and it's got a 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb. So I mean, even critics and audience are enjoying it, and that's rare with horror films today.
And a sequel, no less.
And a sequel. That's a good point. Sequels are usually just complete shitstorms. This one is hanging in there, and I don't get it, but apparently very suspenseful, and plays off well-earned scares, which is just everything
the opposite.
Yeah, which everything the first one wasn't. So I mean, hey man, I guess go check out Ouija 2. I guess tell us what you think. It sits at only a PG-13 rating, so maybe that's where some of that love is coming from. I don't know.
Yeah. Was the first one PG-13 as well? Probably.
I imagine so. Yeah.
I don't know.
Because, I mean, things like The Conjuring and Conjuring 2 have been rated R based on scares alone. So having a movie that's PG-13 that's trying to live up to that of The Conjuring is interesting. So, yeah.
I guess it worked.
I guess so. I guess whatever. Okay. Last week, The Walking Dead shocked the nation.
Yeah.
Now I had to. I started off really, really mad. I've been waiting for. I think it's very much necessary to kill off a main character.
Gotta keep everybody on their toes.
Right, and I seriously, what I was saying, let's kill Daryl. Like, let's do it. Let's just, because Negan is the most powerful dude we've seen in the comics so far. He's like a legit badass, and you have to set that tone right away. Which is why, I mean, in the comics he killed Glenn right away, but I figured since we just got Glenn back, let's save him and let's kill Daryl. That would have been so cool. And then we started off killing Abraham. I was like, you freaking pussies. I was so mad. I even like tweeted about it. I was like, come on, can we kill someone that actually like really hurts? You know, like Abraham. Yeah, he's got some of the funniest quotes. He's like, he's entertaining, but he's not someone that like is really beloved. And then, you know, they shocked the nation.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, huge one. They shocked the nation. I mean, it's got to be seen by now. It's all over the place. And they pull out a second kill out of nowhere and kill Glenn. I can't believe it. And they did it in a really sad way. First of all, they knocked like his eyeball out of his head, and it's just like halfway out.
That's a meme now.
Yeah,
I see
everywhere.
a bunch of stuff about his eye popping out.
And then he says to Maggie, I will find you, and that's all it takes. That's all it really takes. There was still, like we said before, there were 7 death scenes shot for this, and so none of the cast members knew, and they could make up their mind later. And Maggie's leaked, and it's questionable. Like, should they have gone that direction?
I didn't see it in time.
Right.
It is gone now. It is almost erased
you
from the
can't
internet.
find it anywhere. The copyrights everywhere. I happened to see it, and it was very dark. A very dark way to take it.
I saw the thumbnail for it, so I could kind of see where it went. I am not a fan of The Walking Dead,
right?
But I did watch the episode, and in fact, I've seen it more than once just because it's on.
Yeah, it was
here.
on. Yeah, it was on all the time
after the Cubs game. And it was weird. Like after the episode, they're getting ready to go. Everybody's nutted up, and you see the zombie, come in.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, there hasn't been a zombie in this entire episode. I don't like zombies just don't appeal to me. I'm like, that's why I haven't watched The Walking Dead, because of zombies. And then I'm like, oh, there hasn't been a zombie in this.
Well, I mean, there was Wood, Negan, and Rick battling through like that crowd.
Yeah, but and then they're driving away, and the zombie, falls
just
over by itself. Like, it's not about the zombies
Yeah,
anymore.
that
zombies
scene,
are not the worst in this world right now.
Yeah, that scene was so much more symbolic than people realize. Yeah, extremely. It's basically saying zombies. You don't have to worry about zombies anymore. That cause is done. The humans are the real problem. And yeah, now like we're on this. Rick isn't on this throne anymore. Negan's on this. Took that over. And even on that scene where Rick and Negan are surrounded by zombies, and you think, Rick kind of looks screwed. He's just kind of laying there all out of it. There's never really a sense of danger. It's just like they're there, but they're easy to take down now. And even if you, our real fans have noticed that zombies are progressively, decaying from season to season, and eventually they're going to decay all the way out, and that's it. There's going to be no more zombies. And the only real problem is going to be dictatorship from humans. So that scene was actually really symbolic. I remember watching it the first time. We were talking about it. I was like, man, that's telling us something.
It really is a turn there, because now you got this, they're sort of on their way to rebuilding, but, I mean, you still got all these problems with this dictatorship. Again, I'm not familiar really with little details, but I know a little bit about The Walking Dead. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good episode, a good season premiere. Talking Dead after, people that were watching it live were crying. And I can get it. I bought it. I buy into some shows like that 70s show Scrubs. Like I get really into it. And when people are really into shows like The Walking Dead, I know what they're feeling, even though I'm not feeling it.
Right. Yeah, it was tough to watch a character like Glenn go, especially comparing him like from the series to the comics, because he's I'd say way more powerful in the show. So watching him go officially was tough. I mean, it's definitely the second time we watched him die, really. This one was tough. And then him sending that message to his pregnant wife is tough as well. And knowing that baby's going to go without a dad, I think those are the kind of things you have to realize. And they give us that Thanksgiving scene, And the baby's born. It's like, God damn you.
And those two are at the end of the table.
Yeah, and Abraham and that's tough. That's really taking shots. If they keep playing off this powerful side of Negan, it could be cool. And you at least one more time this season, you got to risk someone important. And I'm telling you, Imagine if it was Daryl. People would be outraged, and people claim that I'd stop watching this. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't stop watching. You'd be so intrigued, like it would be insane, and then bring in a whole new audience from people that left saying they don't kill any main characters. It's gotta happen eventually.
The Walking Dead hashtag The Walking Dead has been trending for 6 days.
As of right now, it's still trending, #1 trending in the world.
Yeah, 6 days. We're going on 7 as of recording this. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's about to blow up again tomorrow.
Yeah, when the new episode comes out, it's. Do you think it's gonna be trending the entire
like the whole
run?
season? Yeah, for the first half season.
Definitely.
That'd be insane. But I don't know. It depends where they go and how powerful they want to keep it. Because eventually, this has been talked about. We've been left on that cliffhanger for months, which is why it's been blowing up. And the meme stuff going on is also making it blow up even more. But now, like, I don't know what you can do that can top any of that.
That's true.
So, like, you're kind of stuck.
You really started out with a bang.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it got everybody in, but what can you do to keep them?
Mm-hmm, exactly. So, I mean, we might see a fall-off audience here, which is, that kind of sucks for them.
But hey,
they just brought in so many people. There's a reason they're the #1 show on television, We'll see what happens. With that, we're going to go ahead and move on to something we talked about a lot, but we haven't actually got to review it since we got caught up in the Horathon. Death House officially released their trailer. It's been all over Facebook, blowing up from horror fans. And we want to legitimately review it. We haven't really, there's not many people that have taken a real look at this trailer. And I'm going to be as brutally honest as I can. The first time I watched it, I didn't like it. I was like,
no.
Man.
I was not impressed. And I was like, is that really it? Is that all
Right.
we're getting? From the minute it started, I'm like, okay. Oh, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a little climax in the middle where you're kind of like, oh, okay, with Kane Hodder, of course. And really, that's all we got. And it is kind of a shame. But, hey, with this trend of, trailers, not being very good and then movies being really good.
Right, but I don't know who...
I don't know if it was just a bad cut of the trailer.
I think it was just shitty editing. Yeah. I really do. Because from what we've seen cinematography-wise and storytelling-wise, it looks solid. But it clearly has good acting. You can't, there's no way it just looked so B-movie. It was unreal to me.
And we did an interview with Harrison Smith. Did he say, how much time did they spend on when they finished filming to having the trailer cut together? It was kind of quick,
yeah.
Though. I feel like if they would have, taken more time, because where did they release it again?
It was at, I don't remember, there was a convention up in New Jersey. I don't know why I'm forgetting what it's called. But yeah, it was released at a horror convention for a lot of people, and it was taken very well. I don't know. I even their teaser, they released it beforehand. I thought that was shitty editing too.
I just think we're expecting more.
Right. I think stuck with that whole. This is so many horror icons. You're expecting them to get a trailer they deserve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, it really feels like a B movie.
Yeah.
And it.
Yeah, I think
to honestly, a degree.
Yeah, because there's some parts in that trailer like, oh damn, okay, but I think they're just. It just looked. Obviously, it was a very unfinished cut that we got.
Yeah.
Because now the film it's beyond picture locked and it's running right at the end of its VFX stage here. And we just got a still of Kane Hodder yesterday, and it looked good. It was the first VFX shot that we've seen, and it looked good. I don't know. They just kind of, the editor might have punched him here a little bit.
Yeah.
And I also, the drone shot we get, because that's technically the first VFX shot we've seen, mm-hmm. really, and it's that drone shot going over the prison. I think that is the cheesiest looking shit.
That is the trailer drone shot, really.
Yeah, and it's
the opening, over the building,
right?
Yeah.
It's the opening shot, but the layer they have on it seems like something I'd pick up on some YouTube green screen crap. And that's why I think
that's some Call of Duty Dragonfire.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looked like. I was like, what is this supposed to be from? That's so instantly I was caught off guard. I'm like, wow, this But when we get about a third of the way through the trailer, it really starts to pick up and it's solid. And that's when acting, because Kane Hodder looks like a total badass in this movie. I mean, stuff we've seen from Sid Haig, Bill Moseley, they all look solid. We're not. I don't think the story has really been pushed out yet. Because remember when Harrison gave us a kick-ass synopsis of the film that we haven't really seen yet. And until you establish that...
And I think that's what we were looking for.
Right.
We took what he told us on episode 1 of Slash and Cast, and we were expecting that. But just the way it ended up getting cut together, we didn't get that. And maybe that's why we are a little bit more disappointed than maybe other fans.
Right.
But yeah, are we going to get another trailer?
Hopefully. Yeah.
Hopefully it can redeem itself, at least for us.
I'm hoping when they lock VFX and stuff, they get a new recut trailer that doesn't need to be rushed like this one, because this one's rushed to get out at that convention, and I understand that. That's why I'm really leaning on the trailer. Yeah. The thing is, I think the way it's been promoted is another reason I am kind of lost in the trailer, because Harrison is so behind this movie that he's making insane claims on it.
Yeah.
And when you think stuff that comparing it to Alien, some of the best movies of all time.
What do you say? Best kill?
Yeah, a kill that is so practically effects strong that it compares to Alien.
Yeah.
And that's.
And we even said that's a big claim.
Yeah,
are you making that claim? And he said yes. I'm sticking by it. Okay, we're ready for it.
Right. Yeah. And then we just didn't.
We didn't get that feeling from the trailer, which is understandable.
We get it. We get it. It's just, it's just there's a lot more to see there. I mean, and then not just that, even more claims like Death House will be the best, not just horror film, but story that you've seen in years. And
from that trailer, we just don't get that.
Right.
We just don't get these claims right now, Harrison. We'd love to have you back on and talk about this with you.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I think would be really cool to discuss with him. Because I'm still behind the film 100%.
Yeah.
I'm still big supporters of Death House and everybody in there, including Harrison as well. Because I love Harrison's previous work, so that's why I have really high hopes. But then we just kind of got a bit of a tough cut on the trailer, and obviously that's not a director's fault.
Right.
A lot of trailers come down directly to an editor itself. Because like we said, we've seen some really shitty trailers, but end up being amazing movies.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, it just keeps happening for some reason. I don't know why. But I mean, hey, Death House. Anything happens with Death House, it'll be here. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on to a movie that has been having a tough time moving forward, which is that of Friday the 13th. Discussions have gone on forever since the 2009 reboot. We had talks for a while that it was going to be another sequel to the remake. Bringing back Derek Mears and Jared Padalecki, stuff like that, and bringing back that story. Threw that out the window. Then we got found footage. We're going to have a found footage Jason film.
Kill me.
They figured out real quick that was a stupid idea. Threw it out the window. Then
this origin story
was being pursued. But then we realized that it's a combination of an actual Jason solo film mixed with a bit of an origin story. All we know, really right now, is that Breck Eisner is officially locked to direct the movie. Okay? And, a big claim came out that because script has been the tough part of Friday the 13th so far, and apparently they locked an amazing script, claim in quotes, man, amazing script by Aaron Guzikowski, and that's a big claim, and it still has that mix of the origin story in here, and of course, Brad Fuller from Platinum Dunes is finally all the way behind it because he hated the POV idea, or not POV, but the found footage idea. Because you couldn't go into a POV. That's actually one of the biggest flaws of it. But this is a quote from Brad Fuller that said, "Yes, Pamela and Jason are together in this film, but this is the same Jason we all know and love. He's Jason. He kills teenagers. We went down the origin route with the second Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. I think when you go too deep into a character's origin, the character stops being scary at some point. I'm not worried about demystifying Jason by revealing parts of his backstory, which most of the fans are familiar with." he's exactly right. When you say you go too deep into a story, the character isn't scary anymore. Like that of Michael Myers and Rob Zombie's Halloween, we get too much. Instead of fearing him, you kind of back him, and that's not good.
Yeah.
You don't want that. So, like he said, we already know quite a bit about Jason. We obviously understand that, bullet as a kid, drown, mother, it's all there. We already know it. So the origin story being presented in a bit of the film is not a bad idea. As long as we somehow, and fairly early on, get to the Jason we know and love. The question is, what Jason is it going to be? Who's going to play it? How are they is it going to be like the remake Jason? Are we bringing back Kane Hodder?
Please.
Please. Those are the questions that we just don't have the answers to yet. But they are casting in December. Okay, so that we'll find out then if Kane Hodder comes back, which would be great. And then they're officially locked to shoot in looking at April in Atlanta. So spring, Atlanta, Friday the 13th is happening.
And the release date is set for Friday the 13th, October 13th, 2017.
So, I mean, they're pushing it out fairly quickly. If you're shooting in spring of 2017, I mean, you only got 6 to 8 months to really get...
Yeah, this is going to go real quick.
Which is, it's a horror film. It's a slasher film. They're pretty easy to shoot on a low budget and cut together. So I think they're in good shape. I mean, they were looking at January 13th of 2017 for a long time.
Yeah.
And we were like, no way in hell is that happening. But, so yeah, that's where they sit. As of now, it's happening. It's locked, confirmed, script in place, casting in December. Okay.
Hope all goes well.
Hope all goes well. Bring Kane Hodder back. Speaking of Kane Hodder, speaking of Friday the 13th, we're moving on to Friday the 13th, the game. We talked about this a little bit in the MWM project, but, Friday the 13th, the game has officially been delayed. And if you've been keeping up with it, you obviously know, I think it's pretty expected. We were sitting, before we got the announcement only about a week ago, we're late October. And it hasn't come out.
Fall 2016, fall 2016.
Yeah, they keep making that claim, like fall 2016. I was like,
we all kind of knew, man.
Yeah, it was expected, and they make they still claim that's only because they're adding single player. I don't think they're ready,
no,
and I don't blame them for not being ready. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. And we're glad. This is what games need to do.
Yeah.
If you're not, do not put out half a game. Do not put out a game that's not ready. You learn from all these games, like Call of Duty. We already did a little bit of this before, but we're okay with that as long as it's still good. They were pushing it before. It was looking more like multiplayer would be spring 2017, and then the single player would come summer 2017.
Yes, that's their schedule as of now. Beta is looking to come out still this year, in I guess fall 2016. Fall runs up to the 21st of December.
Technically,
okay? Yeah. Technically it does. So that's what they're looking for, beta on PC only through Steam, and then we'll get a full release in spring of 2017. Which they have, once again, that's a big ass time frame. We could be looking at January, like late January, or it could be jumping all the way to
April, late April.
Yeah.
As long as it's not past that, I'm tired of waiting. I can wait a little bit longer if.
Now I have to buy Call of Duty to pass the time.
Make it as good as possible.
Yeah.
Because we're going to play the hell out of it.
Right. Some of the cool... obviously they're bringing in single player, which everybody has been complaining about. I
want to see what they do with single player. I just don't see how that can be really as fun with these AI how good the AI can be. If you're playing this single player, are you going to get cutscenes? Are you going to, I don't know. Right.
And a lot of the, some of the bigger questions that are coming out, is the price going to change? The physical copy is obviously still $60, but the digital copy has jumped to $40 unless you pre-ordered it before that. If you pre-ordered it while it's still $30, you still get it for $30. You're not going to have to pay an extra $10. So that's cool of them to do. We're getting a whole new map, which is awesome. And then they ran through a whole new mocap series with Kane Hodder for brand new kills. I don't know where the hell they got the money to do that, but they're doing it. So I mean, look at the positives. You got to look at the positives in this situation. Yeah, it sucks. It's getting delayed. We won't get it in a fall setting. It would have been cool to come out in October. But now we're getting spring. If you have it done, let's shoot for that Friday the 13th in January. That's what I'd do. I mean, why not? But that's still really pushing it, all considered. I mean, we are officially getting Tommy Jarvis as well, which that was already they've been hinting at it for a while. Like maybe Tommy Jarvis will be in the game. We don't know.
That was kind of like we're sorry it's getting delayed. Like,
yeah.
We're putting him in for sure. Even though it was all ready.
I mean, they damn near reached. It was like $3,000 off of Tommy Jarvis.
Yeah,
like, come on.
All but confirmed.
Yeah. But the thing is, with that being said about their backer kit, they originally said, okay, I promise they originally said they weren't going to put DLC in. Like, it was like, this is the game. Here you go. We don't have the money to do DLC. Now they're talking about adding a ton of stuff, including like whole new maps, new Jasons, new characters. I mean, Jesus.
Someone must have invested or something.
Yeah, I don't know where's that money coming from because
they were barely scraping by, really, as it is. Hey.
I mean, yeah, you can't complain. I mean, you're getting a better game than you would have. Just deal with a couple more months. If we can wait, you can wait. If I can, like, as you can see, I like Friday the 13th. I'm a huge fan. So if I can wait, others can wait. It'll be okay. We'll get through this. I guess together. You're just gonna have to buy COD. God, just buy Call of Duty. Don't play Infinite Warfare. Just play the. If you want to see us rant more about Call of Duty, make sure you go over to the MW Project and check that out. We have one last little thing to talk about. Actually two, technically. One is we're running a Kickstarter for a fan film of Scream. It's titled Scream: A New Beginning. We're looking to raise $10,000. There's a link to the Kickstarter in the description. It takes place in the same universe as Scream. So Scream fans, this is the fan film you've been looking for. We can do something really, really cool here with just $10,000. That's it. I mean, that sounds like a lot, maybe, but it's really not. It's like not even close. Like, for example, I'm gonna reference Never Hike Alone. This Friday the 13th fan film is getting a hell of a lot of praise. Only 22 minutes short. Okay, asking for $40,000. We're doing a feature, and we're asking for only 10.
And Never Hike Alone, they did not make their goal. Unfortunately, they only got 22,000-ish, 27 out of their 40. And because on Kickstarter, if you don't hit your goal, you don't get the money. So we're really hoping that we can get some of that love over on ours. We got some really good perks, some T-shirts, some koozies. Bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, perks as high as, we fly you out and you get to be in the film, like that high. So, I mean, you got a little extra money to toss them to Scream: A New Beginning, because we really need if we don't hit at least 10,000, the film's really not possible. We're playing with the budget right now already.
We're looking at close to getting that finalized script. It's looking pretty good. We want to share it, but we just can't do it without the help of the fans. So yeah, make sure you check it out. It'll be a good time. Yeah, and one more thing, for horror fans in the Chicago area, we will be at Days of the Dead Chicago on November 18th through the 20th. And if you see people, as in people that look like us, maybe not us, we don't, wearing these designs up here that you'll see, okay? If you see them wearing those t-shirt designs, stop them. Be like, hey, I know you guys from that show. We'll be giving away stuff throughout the day that we'll be carrying around. Just little goodies for horror fans. I think you guys will enjoy. So if you see it, stop us. Just point out the shirt, and we'll give stuff away. So, Days of Dead, November 18th through 20th. Find us. We'll make it happen. With all that being said, though, we're wrapping up Slash and Cast. Make sure you go over to our other channel for the MWN Project. That covers movies, television, video games, not just horror films like Slash and Cast. And, of course, make sure you check out the Horror-thon brought to you by Nightmare Effects. It was a long 31 days and like 5 hours worth of reviews. So if you're really big into horror, like I expect you to be if you're here, we're checking out. A lot of fun, a lot of ranting. We got a couple of really bad ones in there that were fun to do. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.
And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.